When we hear the words Black history, our minds first look towards the awful. Today, we shine the light on the awesome. There are countless numbers of talented geniuses born within our heritage that many are not even aware of. Come, let's journey with Melissa and Destiny as they ride the pride of Blackness, and it is revealed to them for the very first time.
Mom, I'm so tired of all this talk about Black history. What does this even have to do with me? Like, today. Now, Melissa, you mean to tell me you don't realize how important Black history is to your heritage? Baby, many of our ancestors lost their lives being shipped over here to America. They were packed like animals, chained like animals, shipped over here like cattle, beaten like dogs, treated like property. It took us so long to be able to even have the right to vote. Discriminated against because of the color of their skin. Public abuse, hatred and neglect by the very people that brought it over here.
Baby, don't just share a harsh part about Black history, you know?
Well, that's true.
Share our ancestors' strength and the determination it took to survive slavery, you know? And how it impacted America, you know, the politics and the laboratories.
Right. Thanks, Dad. Mom's gonna make me cry. You should cry.
Hey,
Crying is good for the soul.
hey, you gotta stop it. Nobody's gonna cry, okay? Now, Melissa, Black History Month is for us to acknowledge and appreciate everything that African Americans have done for America. You know, when I think about Black history, it makes me appreciate my freedom. You know, freedom to live and freedom to eat anywhere I want to, and without living in fear.
I understand that, but everything is part of my life now. I have my own bedroom, iPhone, PS4. We bought a PS4. What else do I need? Maybe a car. Not yet. Just checking, but I just feel like this whole month is still too much. You know what, baby? I can't wait till you get just a little bit older. You'll appreciate Black history then, baby.
Yeah, Melissa, you sure will once you went through some things in life.
You know what? Our ancestors invented so much that we take for granted right now. Look, baby, listen. You taking things for granted. I'm telling you, Black history is all around us. Ain't no Black history around here. If there was, I would have seen it. Black history, where are you? You hear this child? That's your child.
That's your child. Okay, sit down real quick. Listen, I remember our grandparents telling us stories passed down from their ancestors about slavery and family love. And you know what? When I think about those stories, it makes me appreciate life and family much more.
You know what, honey, you are right. But you know what, I just really hope somebody or something gets into Melissa's mind and helps her to change it altogether.
Indeed.
Be careful what you think about Black history. You never know what will happen.
See, this is exactly why I do not like Black History Month. I already know I'm gonna have to write a famous book report about some famous person. Maybe I'll write about Barack Obama, my favorite ex-president. Michelle is so beautiful. Or Nicki Minaj. No, I didn't do too much. But I'm a little sleepy. Maybe I could just do it tomorrow. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. While you were sleeping, your subconscious thoughts about Black history created all of this.
Wow.
I would much rather begin on the block than she goes to me. But you summoned me, and I came right away.
So you must be my favorite godmother.
I am nobody's mother. And I sure don't look like a bear.
Okay, what is your name?
Well, my name is Queen Azu.
Okay, how do you spell your name? Okay, what does your name even mean?
It means Prince of the Past.
Strength of the past.
Yeah.
What's the strength of the past?
That means Prince of the Past.
Oh no.
Melissa, you got a fairy and I want one.
Oh, she is not a fairy. Be quiet.
I am not a fairy.
Why are you here? Was Melissa bad? Are you gonna punish her? Use your wand to put a spell on her. She's not the best big sister.
Be quiet and sit down. Queen was just supposed to tell me how she got her name.
Why is her name so important? Mama that said my name to everyone.
Why?
Because everyone has a destiny.
Okay, be quiet. So please continue to tell me how you became Queen of Black History.
Black history got a queen. Nobody ever told me.
Destiny, be quiet. Queen, I thought no one else could see you but me.
Well, any child that's open to new ideas can see. That's not bad. Yeah. So, at the beginning of my talk, both of my parents were chief warriors of the tribe. They were chosen to honor the ancestors. And I, Queen Azuba, was present at each and every one of the ancestors' ceremonies. And one of my parties, I had to spend 6 months for each and every one of the ancestors, which was not easy, because they didn't have children. Anyway, I cared for them, and I listened to their struggles and how life was back then. I didn't understand, but listening to their stories, I didn't realize who I was and where I came from. And that is what made me the strong and comfortable I am today.
Want to be strong like me? You always tell me that you're going to be strong.
Because I am. But I think I understand. I have to know where I come from so I can appreciate where I'm going.
Mama said I can go wherever you go. Right, Melissa?
Unfortunately.
Well, this information makes you proud to be an African American.
I'm proud to be American too. I can't wait to.
I think I need to talk to my parents and ask them about my grandparents and where they came from. Mama always told me that our great-grandmother bought this house.
Well, I know someone that knows a little bit about ownership. Zipporah Potter Apryl. Come on now.
My name is Zipporah Potter Apryl. I was born July 4th, 1645 in Columbia, Boston. You know, I was born of Richard and Grace Potter. They were slaves to Captain Robert King. But back in Columbia, Boston during that time, if you were born a slave, you were born free. I was the first African-American woman to own land in the Columbia, Louisiana. In 1670, I bought my first home, making me the first woman that a woman African-American to own land and have property. And you know how I got it? My father was giving
so glad I lived in the 20th century.
Wait, hold up, hold my ancestors' hands and listen to their stories. It's special, and I'll never forget it.
Mama always likes to hold my hand, but no.
I think I need to talk to my grandparents and see if I can come over this weekend. It's not 6 months, but it's close.
You know, Granny gonna say 2 days, not 2 weeks yet.
These 6 months really paid off for me. I get to travel all over the world. Just imagine how many kids don't believe that Black history is real. Watch out. Queen Bazuka's back here. Just might be.
Ooh, I wanna travel with you. Wave your wand on me.
Please, take Destiny with you. So I have a question. What famous African Americans were there in the 1800s?
Yes, of course. Mary Eliza Mahone.
She back.
Hi, my name is Mary Eliza Mahone. I was the first African American woman to study and work as a nurse. I was born in 1845 to free slaves. From a young age, I knew that I wanted to work in healthcare. This job would come without hard work and dedication. I worked as a cook, janitor, as well as a washwoman. But in August 1st, 1879, I received my diploma and graduated in nursing. After 40 years of dedication into nursing, I established the National Association for Women Doctorate Nurses.
About being a nurse.
I can be your patient.
Yeah, okay, at least you guys got Black history to encourage you. Wait a minute. I can't forget about this. James Jones.
My name is James Durham. I was the first African American to formally practice medicine in the United States, though I did not receive a medical degree. I was born in 1758, in the time of slavery, and I was purchased by 3 doctors. In one of the households, I learned how to read and write. Then I was purchased by another surgeon that was in New Orleans. And he noticed my attention to medicine, and he said, well, I tell you what, why don't you try to do some studies in surgery? That was nothing. So I learned and studied all of the journals that he had, even becoming fluent in French, Spanish, and English, which helped me out later on. After a while, I gained enough money to purchase my freedom, and I was allowed to have a practice serving free men and slaves. The practice became so noticeable that even the aristocrats in the southern area were taking notice of me. Dr. Benjamin Rush, one of the co-signers of the Declaration of Independence and a very great noted surgeon at the time, came to New Orleans and he came to visit me. And this is what he said in the Journal of the National Medical Association, Volume 4, Number 1. He said, I had a conversation with the gentleman, and he was learning. We discussed about medicine and disease, and then he said, well, you know, I thought I was going to give him information about this subject, but it turned out I learned more from him than he learned from me.
Even some of them didn't attend school, but was still able to learn. You know what? I'm not gonna let my education go to waste. I'm gonna do my best in school.
Me too. Want to be smart like me? Right, me.
Well, that's what Black history is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you want to do good and appreciate those that came before you.
But Queen, I want to make a positive impact in society.
Well, that's what you do.
I know existence great.
As of today, you guys are going to start seeing Black history all around. But I gotta go, and I'll be back.
As we take a very short intermission, I leave your ears in the hands. Queen of Zumba is around. I hear the music, so she hunts me close.
Okay, if you're Black history from the past, why are you wearing those clothes?
Oh, my friends. Well, I could have dressed in clothes from the 1800s, but I like the 60s. This is real black. Oh, how don't touch it.
Hey, Fairy. I meant finish.
You see, this would be so much easier if she could not see you. But Queen, after our talk yesterday, a lot of things were already put in place and videos and technology and cell phone, they just got more and more advanced.
Well, Melissa, how do you think things came about? Someone had to invent them and think of new ways to make them function better.
She thinks she's an inventor.
Well,
Yeah, because every time when I'm building my life, you always have to knock them down.
well, things have to be invented by an inventor. So,
Yeah, shouldn't you be sweeping?
Melissa, don't you realize that Black history is closer than you think?
What do you mean?
Let me show you something. See that dust fan? That was invented by an African-American inventor. Lloyd Ray, tell the people what you got to say.
My name is Lloyd Ray. I created a device with a metal collection plate attached with a small handle and where trash can be swept without getting one's hands dirty. My device was patented August 3rd, 1897, and I call it a dustpan.
Wow, I'm putting this dustpan made by someone famous. See?
That is something that I never knew, but I use it every day. I put more thought into sweeping up the trash.
Well, if it wasn't for Lloyd, you'd have to think of them. Black history will make you appreciate the little things in life. And it should make you want to know more about your Black history.
You're right, but like, look at the time, excuse me. See, Mom always makes us iron our clothes, and I like for my clothes to be wrinkled.
But when you iron my clothes, why do they say wrinkles?
Because by the time I get to your clothes, I'll be rushing, and you're so little, you'll be moving too fast for anyone to even notice.
Melissa, you are handling something invented by an African-American inventor.
Where?
The iron board!
We have famous stuff everywhere.
Well, anyway, yes, that was invented by an African-American woman. Sarah Boom, enter the room.
Peace be unto all. My name is Sarah Boone. Born February 1st, 1832 in North Carolina. Birth name Sarah Marshall. My parents were slaves, but my grandfather raised me so that I would become a slave and to get an education. In 1847, I married James Boone, a Freemason. He was a Mason, and I'm a dressmaker. We left North Carolina and moved to New Haven, Connecticut. And we was gifted with 8 children. Now you can imagine, with the old iron board as it used to be, a board, I mean square at both ends. It was reasonably impossible to iron the sleeves or the garment, ladies' dress garment. So divine intervention, which is wisdom, inspired me to change the shape of the iron board by putting legs on it and make the other end, instead of it being square, such as this board, to this V shape, so that it would be effectively placed on the iron board to be more easily to iron. On April 26, 1847, I was granted this patent here, patent number 473653, to obtain the improvement of the iron. Glory.
Okay, but that's not the point. I didn't think that blacks could patent their inventions. I didn't really have patents back then.
Well, some blacks were able to patent their inventions, and some assisted, but their names were never put on the patent.
I realized from this point on, black history is everywhere, and this information is priceless. My confidence is growing more and more. I want to learn more about African American inventors.
Okay, well, while we're talking about patent, let me introduce this gentleman, Thomas L. Jennings.
My name is Thomas L. Jennings. I am the first black man to receive a U.S. patent. My patent was awarded on March 3rd, 1821. U.S. patent 33066X. For my discovery of a cleaning process called dry scouring. Dry scouring was the forerunner for today's modern dry cleaning. I was born free, a free black man in New York City, New York, 1791. As a young man, I was taught a trade as a tailorer. As an adult, I owned and operated a tailoring and dry cleaning business in the city of New York. When I ran that business, I was able to develop the cleaning process of dry scouring. I had a wife, children. I was a respected businessman, an abolitionist, and a civil rights leader who fought for the rights of black people.
Yeah. Well, looks like you was the first of the first. Now the first really stands out.
I see. How can I think that black history is not of value?
I feel black history getting in your bones.
I do too. I think I'm getting to know me a little better.
Melissa, I already know you.
Go get the clothes out the dryer.
Hey, Alice, come here.
You want to keep this up all day?
What do you mean?
More black history.
Where? I want to see it.
Just use it.
The clothes dryer?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Now, George T.
Sampson.
Amen.
My name is George T. Sampson from Dayton, Ohio. I came up with an invention that actually helped out the dryer system. They previously used, they would call like a ventilator type dryer. And what they had at the time were large barrels with holes drilled into them. They had a crank on the end, and also they were suspended over an open fire. Now you can imagine drying clothes at that time was a little bit dangerous, and it took a long time. My idea came up with tubes that were fed by not a stove, but a small furnace. So it supplied the heat going to the clothes, they were drier, and it lasts longer, and it was safer. So whenever you think about drying clothes now, think about me.
I can't say the word because these are people I should have known.
Well, this information will stay with you guys for the rest of your life.
Destiny, isn't there something you wanted to ask Queen?
I'm scared.
Just ask her. It's crazy.
Okay. Queen, I just have one question.
Yes, yes.
Would you ever want to be my fairy godmother?
No. I'm a queen forever.
Miss Rose, I'm so sorry I'm late. My mama had, pardon, my mom, she had to go somewhere, but she'll be back there to pick us up.
Destiny, you grow every time I see you.
I do, Miss Rose. I'm going to be taller than this.
She always wants to be like me.
Girl, that's what little sisters do. Come on, get in a regular wash condition and style. Oh, child. Child. Yeah, hot comb, miss. You know I've been doing hair for over 20 years. Worse than Shop says I'm the best beautician in town. I know hair care. I have growing hands. See, girl?
Yeah, I know. You've been doing my mom's hair for the longest. Where did you learn all your hair care from?
Well, my mom taught me all the secrets. She would make the worst head, for example, yours, look like the best head ever in town. Melissa! Who is Queen? And it better be someone from Google.
I hope not. Remember she said that adults can't see her?
What y'all do?
Hey, Queen. What are you doing here?
Well, don't worry, Miss Rose can't see or hear me. But this time, I got hair care. Something that can help you guys.
Yeah, if I need some help, no.
All right. So we're going to do this one in style. Madam C.J. Walker. Please, Grace.
My birth name was Sarah Rita. I was born on December 23rd, 1867 near Delta, Louisiana on a cotton plantation. I had some scalp ailments which caused me to have a little bit of dandruff and some baldness, but I couldn't be bald all my life. What I did was I developed a hair care product line. This hair care product line grew where I was able to open a beauty school as well as a manufacturing company in order to distribute all of my products. Not only was I the most wealthiest African-American businesswoman of my time, but I was also the first female self-made millionaire. So I tell everyone, and I'm gonna tell you all today, I made my own opportunities, and I made my own living, but I made it. So don't just sit down and wait for opportunities to come to you, sugar. You get up and make the opportunity to yourself.
Wow. I wish Miss Rose could have heard this information.
Her mother didn't have all the people. Madison Walker should have stayed and didn't mind. I was gonna look at mine.
You're doing too much.
Don't hate. You're right, Destiny. If Madam C.J. Walker does your hair, I will tell the world. Well, since you guys are sitting down, I'm going to share some more Black history.
Okay, we're sitting.
This one is quick. John Charm invented the folding chair in 1885. That is it.
It was, but it was still Black history.
How long did it take you?
Like 3 hours.
Huh?
I did not remember how many.
Well, that's a big use of time.
Yeah, and I hope you brought your pencils because mine are at home.
Queen, do you have a mentor?
No, but you're close.
Miss Rose, do you have a mentor?
Yes, I do. Come and get one.
And stop saying queen. Who is she? Yes. Something that was made by an African-American inventor.
Who?
Oh. John Love Lee Love. Go on out.
My name is John Lee Love. I was born September 26, 1877, on the riverbanks of Massachusetts. I had a trade of a carpenter. We went around Massachusetts, around building homes. But I had a greater desire. I wanted to be an inventor. And much trials and tribulations, I invented the crank pencil sharpener. Later, it was known as the portable pencil sharpener. And through trials and tribulations and the help of my lawyers, we patented it as the Love Sharpener. I am proud of this invention. So when you look throughout Massachusetts and the United States of America, and you go sharpening your pencil, remember, I, John Lee Love, invented the Love Sharpener.
Society may forget, but African Americans should never forget their contributions to America.
Like, this is crazy. We're not even at home and Black history is still here.
Black history.
Well, what else in the shop is Black history?
Well, I'm looking at something right now. I'm sorry.
There's not that much stuff here.
Well, I'm looking at something right now.
What?
The security video.
Don't tell me we had something to do with that too.
Yes, we did. Marie Betty, Brittany Brown. Come on down.
Security on your cell phone? It's amazing to see how much our invention has grown. Who would have thought a Black woman, myself, and my husband, a Black electronic technician, would be the founders of an invention that has become so expansive. My name is MVBE. Marie Van Britton Brown. Our invention is the security camera. You know, when you go and the person in the residence or business asks you to look at the screen as they say, who is it? Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me, that's me, that's me. Time and time again, calls to police were either ignored or delayed. My husband and I, Robert L. Brown, saw a need for this service in our communities as well as our homes. We needed this invention in our homes and communities, and by inventing the home security system, we did just that.
Well, I hope Mom's coming. She needs to hurry up. Yeah. She probably stopped at the hospital though to see Miss Thomas. She's a friend from her job.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Where is she?
I don't know. Miss Thomas, she owns a pacemaker. So.
Does that make her heart?
Yeah.
Guess what?
We're talking about my little sick friend.
I know, but that's part of Black History also.
In heart?
No, in her pacemaker.
In her pacemaker?
Yeah. Now, who's to do the honors and say Black History?
All right. Black History, front and center.
Otis Boykin.
Wow.
Oh. Hello, everybody. My name is Otis Boykins. I was born August 29, 1920 in Dallas, Texas. My mother passed away when I was 1 year old, so my father stepped up and raised me. I went to Booker T. Washington High School. Once I graduated, I went to Fisk University. Then I moved to Chicago, Illinois, and attended Illinois Institute of Technology. I couldn't afford my tuition, so I dropped out. All right, that's fine. Okay, so another for you. I have 28 electric devices patented. My most famous device I have patented and invented, you ready? It's the control device. It's a control unit for the artificial cardiac pacemaker, which uses electrical impulses to maintain a regular heartbeat. My name is Louis Boykins, and I'm Black History.
All right. This is Dr. Lavina Brown. Man. Lavina. Yeah.
My purpose in life is to be a surgeon, a politician, and a teacher. My name is Dr. Lavinia Brown. I was one of the first African American women to become a chief surgeon of residency. I was born January 7, 1919 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. During that time, my mother, Edna Brown, that woman surrendered me to an orphan when I was only 5 months old. During that time that I was in the orphan, I underwent a tonsillectomy surgery. And at that particular time, I knew that I was going to be a surgeon. Well, however, my mother came around and persuaded me to move back with her. But things didn't work out the way I wanted with my mother. So I just kept running away, not only to end up back in the orphan again. So, at age 15, I ran away again. I ran away to attend Troy High School. After high school, I worked in a domestic place for women so that I could receive assistance for college. I was working while I was attending the Bennett College in Northborough, South Carolina. So, at that time, I was introduced to a man named Samuel L. Walker and a lady named Lola Redden. They later became my foster parents, and that's when I got to go to college. So I went and got my BA degree in 1941. After that, I worked in the Troy Defense Plant. I later on went on to receive my medical career in 1944. I went to the McHarrett Medical Center. I finished up my residence at the Harlem Hospital at that time. After that, I carried on. I got my, after graduating, after third in class, I got my residency at the Hubbard Hospital of McHarrett. Later on, in 1971, would you believe they named the Dorothy L. Brown Women's Residency after me? I later went on to get my honorary degree from the Russell Sage College and also from Bennett's College in Northborough, South Carolina. So what's your mission today? And what's your purpose? Thank you.
Now I hope the girls realize how important Black history is and how it needs to be celebrated.
Black history is very important, and now I realize that.
Okay, well, my job is done here. I'm done. See you later.
Bye.
The day Melissa Dredd is here. Yes, her Black History book report is due today. Shh, shh. Here she comes.
Well, before I start my speech, I would like to apologize to Ms. Turner and my classmates for me not appreciating Black history altogether. This topic has lit a fire in my soul to want to strive and to be my greatest by academics and humanity. To follow a trail that has been blazed for us by our ancestors. I've personally learned the meaning of azuba, which means the strength of my past. And may the strength of our past push us to places in life we never thought we could achieve. I hope to see you all there.
We hope you've enjoyed our play tonight. And now for the introductions. Introducing as Marie Van Ritten Brown, Danicia Jackson. In the character of Thomas Jennings, Lloyd Gray, we have Gregory Jackson. In the character of John Jarnes, we have Eric Brown. In the character of John we love, Cedric Burks. In the character of Miss Rose, we have Blessin Brown. Her name is Blessin Shields, everybody. Let's get her up. In the character of John who we love, we have Cedric Burks. In the character of Madam C.J. Walker, we have Christian Fuller. In the character of Sarah Boone, we have Minister Dr. Bathsheba. In the character of Dr. Lavinia, we have Gladys Hood. In the character of the father of the Morgans, we have Vonzell Jones. In the character of mother, Zipporah, Apryl White. In the character of Destiny, we have Madison Alexander. In the character of Melissa, we have Kelsey Barber. In the character of Queen of Black History, we have Sheritta Jones. And I'm your announcer. My name is Royalene Wilson. And now for the woman, the phenomenal woman, the genius behind the production, I present to you none other than Beverly LaRue.
Mr. Jackson, and all of you all for giving us this opportunity to just come into your presence and show off our talents. I want you all to just continue to just even listen to our band here. Let's give our band a hand. Wasn't they great? They are so good. I thank them for their commitment, for their support, and I thank everyone. So we're going to have a final song. And then we'll have our closing remarks. By Simone.
Hey, give Kelsey.
Like I said, I hope you all enjoyed the play, but I think my cast did a remarkable job. We only had 4 weeks. The play was written and they just did phenomenal. So I just want to let you know what we can accomplish just in 4 weeks.
Give it up for the band again. Give it up for our performers. Give it up for everybody here. Thank you for coming out. Please visit all the vendors. And you're more than welcome to take pictures and meet and greet the cast. Thank you.